watching our special show, What's Ailing Rural India. With us on the conversation, BJP spokesperson Narendra Taneja, Congress spokesperson Sanjay Jha, Anil Gupta, professor at the Centre for Agriculture Management at IIM Ahmedabad, and Agri activist Kiran Visa. Mr. Taneja, let me ask you, you said that there are 7 pillars that the government is working on in the context of the fact that we have a union budget coming up, and the budget is going to focus on the transformation of the rural economy that you just alluded to. Give me a sense of what is going to be the focus, what will be the thrust?
Well, you see, as I said, our focus is first of all irrigation. That's our focus the last 2-3 years, and we will be focusing even further on that. And the quality of seeds is a major challenge for our farmers, and in order to increase the productivity. Warehousing and cold chains, that's a major. Look at potato situation in Uttar Pradesh and parts of India. That's mainly because we didn't build the warehousing and cold chains sufficient time. And then value addition in terms of food processing. Many places you see farmers are not able to get the value of their time because there is no food processing infrastructure available there. And then of course, new crop marketing reform. That's a very important area. And we, just for your information, we already have APLM Act 2017, which we have distributed to the states, and we are in touch with the various states. We are actually pushing them in order to have major reforms in agriculture marketing. And and that's the model act which we have already provided to the state. As I said earlier, our focus isn't transforming the whole thing and come out with a kind of new look at the same time, but do it in such a way which is which is compatible with the local tradition, culture, and at the same time ground reality.
All right, Mr. Gupta, you've heard what the BJP spokesperson has to say, the 7 pillars that they want to continue to focus on. Yes, sir, please, your specific recommendations for the union budget from an agri perspective.
Yeah, my first suggestion is that our focus should be to reduce the cost of cultivation and not just increasing the prices. Unless we reduce the cost of cultivation, reduce it every year, we will not be able to make it profitable. How do we do that? Number one, we have a large database on innovations. And how many innovations have been taken up for on-farm trial in how many million farms? We don't have. The National Innovation Foundation, the NIMI network does not have the capacity to take up the demonstration or the trial of these innovations on different farms. Give you an example. If you have a leaf curl disease in tomato or chilies, we may apply any amount of chemicals, you cannot control it. The easy control is use of milk. And if it appears numbo jumbo to somebody, look up the scientific findings that are available, including from Central Arid Zones such as to Jodhpur and many other CTRI in Andhra Pradesh and many other institutions. Only one state in Ontario, in Canada, has put this recommendation on their website that farmers can use this as against any other chemical. So we need to provide viable alternatives to farmers to reduce cost by providing non-chemical alternatives which are based on their own innovations. Number one. Number two, we must also ensure that plants need moisture, not water. We have been flood irrigating the crops, which leads to leaching of nutrients and which causes loss to the farmer. Now farmers have to be educated that you need to use minimal water. In Harbhajan Singh and Hisar tried alternate row of irrigation in cotton. Water quantity went down by half. The productivity remains same.
Budget recommendations, sir. Budget.
So we must impress upon the.
I agree with you. But I wanted one quick budget recommendation from you, sir.
Large-scale trials, large-scale on-farm trials for cost-reducing innovations must be taken up immediately. ICR, NIF and other institutions should join hands, and it must, no bureaucratic ego or boundaries must be allowed to come in this mission. So if we take large-scale trials, farmers will understand the logic of how to improve productivity without increasing the cost, and that is the goal.
Kiran Visa. Kiran Visa, quickly, recommendations for the union budget.
Yeah, I would say 3 top points. One is that, the prices issue has to be addressed, and I think the marketing reforms that the BJP is talking about actually are not achieving that. Therefore, a market intervention fund and enough allocation to a price stabilization fund should be there, which can actually intervene timely in the market in all the crops. Secondly, a large debt relief package should be announced for farmers. Thirdly, there should be a focus on rain-fed agriculture areas. The Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana, which has been created by just clubbing all the existing schemes. Actually, the budget allocation for PMKSY has reduced, over the last 3 years. So we need sufficient allocation to actually provide good irrigation to the in the rain-fed areas, which is sustainable, not this flood irrigation. And the fourth thing I would say is that for farmer producer organizations, collectivizing the farmers, much more financial support needs to be provided for that, because now NABARD, for example, has a scheme which gives just about 20 lakh rupees as a financing for some farmer producer organizations, whereas actually what they need is about 2 crores, for each farmer producer organizations. There is a huge gap in financing. So though farmer producer organizations are being formed, they are not sustaining economically. So these are the things that I think they should immediately do.
All right. Specific recommendations that are coming in from people who know what the reality on the ground is. Anil Gupta, Sanjay Jha, Kiran Visa and Narendra Taneja, appreciate you joining us here on What's Ailing Rural India and putting forward constructive ideas that the government can hopefully take forward. Thanks very much for watching.